That and what does that feel a little bit different? A little, okay.
Absolutely.
First thing, we're going to look at your putting stroke, and I'm going to compare you to Tiger Woods. First, I'm going to look at the length of your stroke, the length of the backswing compared to the length of the follow through. So as you go back, I've kind of put a red line there about the length of your backswing. It's just a little bit, maybe 10 inches past your back foot. As you go through, let me move this a little bit. That's the length of your follow through. I like the fact that your follow through is longer than your backswing. But your follow through is certainly would be considered excessive. There probably isn't, well, out of 150 PGA Tour players on tour with a card, not one of them would have a follow through this long. Almost for any distance. Even if they were going to hit a 100-foot putt, they probably wouldn't have a follow through this long. Let's look at Tiger. As he goes back, I've put a mark there where end of his backswing, and then his club stops there. So one of the things that I want us to work on is to learn a different rhythm and speed of stroke that allows you to hit different distances but within a much smaller contained shape and range of motion, so that you don't feel the necessity to have this long to follow through. The second thing I want to look at is the head position and head movement, and where your final pose should look like. Obviously your head is down, you're watching the putt. Boom, right at impact, you're looking down. But as the ball goes, you're following the ball with your eyes. While your putter is still in motion, your head and eyes move. Tiger and most good putters on tour, not just Tiger, at impact, his head is down, head is still down, head is still down. Even when his putter comes to a complete stop, he has not yet turned. We talked about this and worked a little bit on this. It's putt, hold, look. It's not putt and look while the ball is rolling away. Tiger doesn't turn until well after he has stopped his follow through. The reason this is important is that speed control requires you to have a database of memories of the force it takes to hit different distant putts, so that a 20-foot putt has to feel different than a 30-foot putt. The distinction of these different sensations is stored in your mind, and they are stored there based on past experiences. The best opportunity to absorb that feeling of an experience is the moment after you hit the putt. But if you turn to look the moment after you hit the putt, the visual information robs you of the best opportunity to absorb the feeling of the putt, because the visual information becomes too important to the mind. So not looking helps you have a better absorption of the feeling. Here we have you on the right, after we did that drill cluster drill where you kept your head down through the stroke. And this is not only is it a good drill, but it also reinforces the fundamental of not looking until after you come to a complete stop. So you can see here, when you were doing this drill, you kept your head down and you swung and hit the putt, finished your stroke, held your posture and your follow-through position, but you kept your head steady and your head down. That's what allows you to have a better absorption of that experience so that you can use that memory of that experience in future putts. The other thing I talked about was the posture over the ball, where, in particular with the arms, and letting the elbows tuck into the side a little bit. On the left, it shows how you have a very straight arm, almost a locked elbow swing. And I show and compare you to Tiger, who you can see has his elbows slightly tucked. This allows him to put his eyes a little bit more over on top of the golf ball. And you made a comment that you felt that did that for you as well. 4 other top pros, Luke Donald, Rory McIlroy, Jack Nicklaus, and Phil Mickelson. All great putters, and all of them have their elbows tucked in. And here you are after you set up with your elbows a little bit more bent, just to get a feeling for it. So you do have a little bit, your eyes are over the ball a little bit more, and I think that's something you should continue to develop and get comfortable with. Going forward on your putting, I think we need to continue to develop your fundamentals and have a good solid foundation. I don't want you to be a good putter, I want you to be a great putter. And we just need to fine tune it and make it a flawless putting stroke, posture, setup, speed, rhythm, everything about your putting stroke needs to be top notch. And so we'll continue to develop that, but you've got a really good foundation, a good start right now.